This is why I don't love Marvel Rivals. Hi guys, welcome back to a brand new video, and today it's going to be a bit of a rambling one. I'm basically going to be going the reasons why I don't love Marvel Rivals and why I prefer Overwatch 2 currently to Marvel Rivals. Anyway, we're going to get into the kind of positives, and I gotta say, like, Marvel Rivals is a fun game. I don't really have too many complaints about the gameplay features, except for CCing someone should not take that player out of the game. Essentially, the game doesn't count that player as an active player once they get CC, either by like a stun or a slept. And if you're on the point will start moving if you're defending. And if you're pushing the point or attacking or whatever, you basically no longer count as being on the point. And I think that's a bit of a strange decision gameplay-wise. I think you should be there. A CC should just be to stun people, and that's it. So you can easily kill them or take them out of a fight for a few seconds, so you're able to focus on someone else and then go back and fight them. Secondly, the environment, the destructible environment and the movement environment, I think that should just be taken out completely. I think the map should just stay static. This way it makes it easier to learn the maps. It is cool creating like pathways and stuff, but the issue is the pathways get repaired or move, and you can often get trapped. I've died because the map decided to change and got rid of the stairs, and my character couldn't jump high enough to get over it, so I died. Also, if you're rushing to the point, you can either get blocked by debris, or it could change, and now your path is even further, making it even harder to capture the point. I don't think that should be there. I think it should just stay static. Learn the map. Don't have to worry about timings of when the map changes or anything. Just get so straight to the point. It makes it visually interesting, but it's just kind of a hindrance, and I think on a technical level is adding a lot of load to the game, which we'll get into later. But yeah, those are my minor, well, my gameplay annoyances. Apart from that, it's fine. I'm quite enjoying the flexi queue. I think on comp it's a lot better. When you're playing quick play, a lot of people are playing very selfishly and not really thinking about team composition. And obviously it's quick play, so who really cares? But you know, you get into arguments of your DPS saying we need more support, and they insta-pick to DPS, and you're like, what are you doing? Why don't you go support then? Honestly, like the role queuing thing, like flexi queuing, it requires people to be less selfish, and I think people inherently are gonna be selfish, but when you move to a competitive mode, and when you start actually playing with other people in a group, then you get into the role of people being way more flexible and going, okay, I'll go to tank, okay, I'll pick this character so this synergies right well with this other character, and also the character synergies are fantastic. I do thoroughly enjoy having character synergies, like picking two characters that work really well together, that give it characters extra abilities. Like I really like the Scarlet Witch Magneto combo, because I do quite enjoy playing Magneto, just slowly walking around, create a shield every few seconds. And plus with Scarlet Witch, it makes Magneto actually viable, because normally he doesn't really do enough to make him viable, and then he can just start sword slashing everybody. It's great. So character synergies, gameplay wise, Marvel Rivals has got it. The issue is on the technical side. Yeah, on a technical level, it starts ripping at the seams. Now, I should mention that at the moment, I haven't really been playing Overwatch for that long. I think in June or July, we've been playing Overwatch for about a year. I did play Overwatch when it launched back in like 2016 for about a month. I didn't really have anyone to play with, so I kind of just stopped. And then when Overwatch 2 launched, that was a disaster, to be honest with you. And so I stopped playing, and then I got bored of Fortnite last year, and I needed something else to occupy my time, and Overwatch came in, and I really delved deep into the hero shooter. So I'm still having fun with Overwatch, which is why I'm still playing it, and which is why the technical issues with Marvel Rivals is so much more egregious, because Overwatch, and we're talking about Overwatch 2 obviously, because Overwatch and Overwatch 2 are basically the same game. Overwatch is such a more smooth experience. It's like night and day. Like, just it's so smooth and less janky. It's incredible. Like, you go for play Marvel Rivals and it's very janky, and then you go play Overwatch and it's like really nice and smooth. And that's the issue that's like kind of holding me back from playing more Marvel Rivals and trying really delving deep into it. It's because the technical issues are just getting so annoying, and they're so much more apparent when you're just like, there's something else that is far more smoother, and it gives me an extremely similar experience. And plus, I kind of prefer the first person to the third person, but it's not like a massive deal. It's more like this game is super smooth and this game is very janky. And we're talking about issues like with latency tied to your frame rate. What the hell, guys? Obviously, Overwatch 2 is running on a much older engine, which means it's probably way more optimized because it's been out for longer. Marvel Rivals is using the Unreal Engine 5. And again, they got like a load of added effects and stuff that are just completely unnecessary, which add a load of burden. If you have a higher frame rate, it affects your ping. So if you have a higher frame rate, you have higher latency, which could be very annoying. But on the downside, if you have a lower frame rate, some heroes are actually affected by it. For example, Strange movement is hampered, and some other characters do less DPS damage. Some characters do less damage because you have a lower frame rate, and some characters move slower because you have a lower frame rate. But you need the lower frame rate so you get better latency. You know, there's stuff like you're playing in the middle of the game and then all of a sudden the frame rate tanks because there's a load of visual effects going on. You got Luna Snow doing her thing. Maybe you got Penny Parker running around Spider-Man. Iron Man's about to fire off a massive cannon. You got Jeff in the back. I'm going to eat something. And just the overwhelming burden of it all on my computer. I did have a load of crashes and my game kept crashing. When I started doing it, there wasn't an issue, and that's because I limited it to 60 frames. Then I got a new capture card, and then I could actually up it to 120 frames, and that's when I started getting the crashes, and I had to lower everything, my graphics options down. Great. If you're having like massive issues, just make sure everything is low. It's also the Unreal Engine 5. It's a great engine, but the issue is just because it runs on PC doesn't mean it's going to work well for everybody. Your mileage is definitely going to vary, but I've noticed a lot of people experience technical issues, massive drops in frame rate during fights, just when there's a lot going on. Sometimes when there's nothing really going on, it drops down, but that's very rare. That's really it. It's just on a technical level, it needs to be optimized. That's the main thing. I just want them to focus on optimizing the game's performance, so it's runs smoother, has less latency. I think getting rid of like the whole destructible movement environments might help with it. Also, I feel like maybe releasing 4 new heroes a season might be a bit too much. Hopefully it's just for the Fantastic Four, and they kind of did it because, you know, it's the first season, let's get a load of heroes out, and they're not all coming out at the same time. It's split into between the start of the season and mid-season, but still, 4 heroes a season seems a bit much because after a while you're going to start running out of ideas, and the heroes are going to start feeling very similar to one another. Also, we only got 1 new tank, and we got 2 new DPS. I feel like there's going to be an issue that is similar in Overwatch, and Overwatch players knows, where depending on the characters or the classes that sell the most skins, that's going to get the most love and attention. Because some of the buffing makes sense, but some of it is just like, what? Like, why is Cloak and Dagger getting buffed? Rocket, it's getting a slight buff, but Cloak and Dagger are getting a massive buff. Hopefully that isn't the case, but, you know, if like DPS are going to get a lot more selling of skins, and I can definitely see a lot more DPS coming out than tanks right now. But yeah, on a technical level, the game just isn't well optimized yet, and it just makes it frustrating to play when you get those lows and you get that frustrating. There are times where there's a fight going on, a frame rate dips, I'm on support or strategist and I'm trying to heal people, but I have no idea what's going on because my frame rate's just died. It's just like, been playing for an hour, it's just died. There's stuff going on. I'm like, where the hell is everybody? I can see my ping going up, my my frame rate go down. I'm like, where am I? What's going on? Who do I heal? How do I did I heal you? I don't know. Did I? Do I put up a shield? What's happening? What's happening, guys? What's happening, guys? I've survived. I don't know how I survived, but a lot of people are dead. I need to escape. And then you have a game like Overwatch where it's fine. It's just like there's a load of visuals going on, and that's what confuses people, not the sudden dip in frame rate, and you're like, why? What is going on? So yeah, if Marvel Rivals, hopefully in the near future, stops optimizing the game a lot more, starts making it run smoother, then I'll probably invest a lot more time into it. I'm having fun. I do play it probably slightly less than Overwatch, but that's mainly because a lot of people I know either want to play Overwatch, and some people I know just want to play Marvel Rivals, and it's like, okay, I don't mind playing both, but if you make me pick between one, I'm going to go over to the Overwatch for the smoother experience. Maybe in the future, when Marvel Rivals runs a lot smoother, I'll be like, yeah, let's go play Marvel Rivals. But right now, gameplay-wise, good. Technical issues, bad. Please fix it. Please, for the love of God. It's just so frustrating when you're like in a comp game and your frame rate is dying and you're like, oh God, what is happening? Anyway, let me know what your thoughts are in the comments section down below. You're probably going to tell me I'm wrong. I've seen a lot of Marvel Rival fans come into my Overwatch streams, mainly on the YouTube Shorts feed side. And, you know, they're a lot younger audience, and so they're a bit more mature and don't understand stuff. Come in and like, why are you playing Overwatch? Marvel Rivals is free. Yeah, because the game doesn't run smoothly. Overwatch 2 does. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys on the next video. Goodbye.
Morse. Marvelous. Together on the track. Let's go. Red sus, red sus. Red sus, red sus. Red sus, red sus. Red sus, sus. Red sus, red sus. Red sus, red sus. Red sus, red sus. Red sus, sus.